Preparation to celebrate Iracha festival colorfully finalized, Abba Geddes. The Aramo Abba Geddes have announced that preparations have been finalized to celebrate this year's Iracha festival in a colorful manner while maintaining the cultural values of the Aramo people. Iracha, the Aramo people's thanksgiving to Waka, God, is one of Ethiopia's most prominent outdoor public festivals, celebrated annually in September. The festival symbolizes gratitude to God for the transition from the rainy season to the sunny season. Abba Geda Jerma Bekele emphasized that Iracha is a vital cultural tradition where the Aramo people express their thanks to Waka. While Iracha is already recognized as part of the Geda system registered by UNESCO, efforts are underway for the festival to be registered independently as an intangible cultural heritage, he added. Abba Geda Wolda on his part, stressed that Iracha is celebrated by everyone without political or religious differences, highlighting its role in promoting thanksgiving, peace, and unity among people. This year's celebration is particularly significant, the Abba Geddes added, as it coincides with the recent inauguration of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, GERD, and the extensive development works carried out along Addis Ababa city corridors. Ethiopian Heritage Authority Director General Abiba Ayalu also underlined the cultural and national importance of Iracha. He said Ethiopia's outdoor festivals, including Iracha, foster peace, love, and unity while also serving as a description of the Geda system, which has long been a pillar of Aramo society. Abiba further emphasized that Iracha not only strengthens cultural values but also contributes significantly to tourism and economic development. He called for sustained efforts to preserve and develop such cultural assets so that they can be passed on to future generations. American, Australian, Spaniard tourists admire Ethiopia's tourist destination sites. Ethiopia is a country blessed with historical, cultural and natural destinations, foreign visitors tourists said. More than 1 million foreign nationals visit the country every year to explore Ethiopia's rich natural and historical heritage. The visitors mostly choose to visit the tangible.
In Addis Ababa. Of course, then we went to Lalibela, we saw the churches. We went over to Harar, and then we went down to the Omo Valley. So we saw a good combination of some very old things and some historical sites, tribal places, religious places. It was quite amazing. It is a very rich culture. It seems exotic to us.
We went to the Omo Valley and visited a lot of different cultural tribes. We stayed in different lodges to experience the different cultures in the surrounding areas, like the ones that still do the ancient traditions and ceremonies and stuff like that. So it was very eye-opening experience.
I've heard about all the richness that Ethiopia has in its history, in all its heritage, and also its culture as well. And so far it has been great. It's very rich.
And intangible heritages registered by UNESCO, as well as the man-made and cultural heritages that are.
First time we came for the Feast of the Epiphany, and we saw tribes and we went to see the stone churches. And now this time is a refresher, and come once again to this museum and find out about the fossils, everything in the Great Rift Valley all the way through Ethiopia, and all the important discoveries that have been made in Ethiopia that impact the whole world.
I can see I did not know that there was so many examples of previous species of the human, of us, that used to be here in the Rift Valley and around Africa. I did hear before that our humans started in the Rift Valley in Ethiopia, so all the world is started in the Rift Valley in Ethiopia, and it's great to think about.
Visitor journalists said Ethiopia with its ancient history and human evolution history exactly describes its tourism brand, Land of Origins. In fact, Ethiopia uses Land of Origins is a slogan and brand used to promote a country often called the cradle of humankind, due to the discovery of the famous fossil Lucy and other important hominin remains there. Ethiopia is also recognized as the origin of the wild coffee plant and the source of the Blue Nile River. The slogan highlights Ethiopia's significance in human evolution and its historical importance, including its role in Pan-Africanism and its status as an independent African nation throughout the colonial era. Kenyan journalist John Riaga: one thing that I have really appreciated is the understanding of what Ethiopia is called the land of origins. Based on what we have seen ground and the explanations, it now makes sense to call Ethiopia land of origins.
I have really appreciated is the understanding of why Ethiopia is called the land of origins, the land of origins. And based on what we have seen round and the explanations, I think it now makes sense. As someone who comes from another country, it's very easy for me to say, no, Kenya is better than Ethiopia, But I have confirmed that there is every reason to refer to Ethiopia as the bigger brother. Even if you want to just appreciate history, I think this is where the history of humanity rests. Because let me give you an example. Even the Rift Valley, the way it cuts across the countries from Ethiopia, you come down to Kenya and Tanzania, you can even see the origin. So what we have in Kenya and Tanzania originated from here. So there is that bit, there is the human history dating back to millions of years, and that's a huge thing. That is a great thing when I go back to Nairobi, I'm going back with rich knowledge that I did not know if I would not have come here.
So it's my first time to come to the museum, and I love it. I always used to hear about the museum where there's the history of Ethiopia, and I'm so excited to come, especially the history about Lucy. It's quite exciting. So I'm happy to come here, and I think this is a very nice place where anyone coming to Addis should start from here, and then they can move around to understand where the whole thing. I even learned what Addis means, that it means a flower or something beautiful. So it's quite good and interesting, and I'm happy to come visit the museum. If you're coming to Addis, make a point of visiting the museum. It's always good to go somewhere and understand the history first, and then now you can move around and see the evolution from where it was some years back to where it is now, to the urban development. You appreciate these things, and it is such a beautiful place. Let me say, from the years I was here to now, it is very beautiful. And especially walking around the night, it's quite beautiful. The street light makes it very beautiful. So it's a nice place, and it is worth coming to visit.
The city of Addis is a wonderful place. I arrived at night when I came from Nairobi, and one of the things that hit me is I did not see any place that was dark. So there was proper lighting everywhere we passed through, from the airport to the hotel. And even today, you can even see in not so many places, even in Africa, have this kind of facility that is operating even at night. So really a lot of things to learn from Addis, from the setup. The other thing that caught my attention is the traffic network. Roads are really wide. Pedestrians have enough space, to walk, unlike many cities that I have been, that, you are struggling with cars and motorbikes, and it's chaos. I haven't seen that here for the last 2 days. So the setup of the city is really done well.
I enjoyed my stay. Addis, I think, is a beautiful city, so I had an amazing time here. I think it has been a good transformation for me. I've noticed some things in town and the city compared to my country. It's very small and we are still developing. I've seen how the roads are, and even here at the museum, it's really big compared to us in Malawi. We only have, I think, 3 of them, but they're not so big like the way it is here. So I think it's a big transformation for me.
It is my first time to visit Addis, and I should admit it's a beautiful city. And I loved every bit of it, from the airport to the hotel. I love their roads, the way their roads are designed. They're so wide and big. The climate aspect that they incorporate in designing their roads. We have roads for vehicles, walkways for pedestrians, and sides for motorbikes and bicycles. I mean, it's a smart city that every other African city should emulate. It's a beautiful city. It looks organized. There is no much traffic jam like where we come from. And the vehicles on the roads are so well disciplined. No overspeeding, no overcrowding of people on the streets. It's so much organized.
I think the last time I was here was about 2-3 years ago, and there's been so much change in the urban development, which is very beautiful. I love, from where the hotel I'm coming from, it's very beautiful. The pathways are beautiful, and I can see there's a lot of environment consciousness within the city when you walk around the city, and I like that. I think that is something for even us in Nairobi, that because these days the cities are coming up so much, I think it is something that Nairobi we can borrow from here.
My message to the people who can visit Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, is to come and experience the developments that are going on. Because as Africa, we should learn from each other. We might have little progress in some countries, but if as Africans learn from one another, then the whole Africa continent could develop.